Hey everybody, it's Lissa, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute foil name confetti ornaments using Cricut party foil. As you can see, these are just a fun, easy little project that you can customize with a name on the inside. And yeah, let's get started. So for your supplies, you're going to need a Cricut Joy, standard grip mat, and your weeding tools. I used the Joy Smart Vinyl. I used glitter foil this time, party foil, and transfer tape. And then I grabbed some clear ornaments, whatever confetti you're feeling you want, and ribbon for the top. So let's start in Cricut Design Space. First thing you're going to want to do is create a circle. It's really important that you measure the ornament first so you know what size of circle will fit in. So you want to create a circle that's just under the diameter of your ornament. Then we're going to create a square, unlock it so we can make it more of a little rectangle. This is for the little tab at the top. I just eyeballed this, but you could also just measure that opening. We basically need it so that the foil piece sits correctly inside the ornament once it's. So now I'm going to center those two pieces horizontally. Going to align, center horizontally, and then I'm going to weld them together so that now it looks like an ornament shape. The next thing we're going to do is go to images so that we can search Design Space for the design we want to put in the background of our foil. I chose snowflakes and purchased this group of 3 on Design Space. So let's insert them. They come in a grouped set of 3 and I'm going to just use one of them. So I'm going to ungroup them and go ahead and delete the 2 that I know I'm not going to use for this project. I'm going to use this red one here. So I'm going to drag it over on top of my ornament shape and make it as large as I can without going through the outside border. We want an outside edge to keep that foil piece complete, and then I'm going to straighten it up just because I like symmetry. So you don't have to. You can literally do whatever you want for the design in the background. And then I'm going to align it horizontally. If I tried to do it vertically, it wouldn't work because of that little tab on the top. So I'm just eyeballing it to make sure it kind of looks like it's centered vertically and horizontally here. The next step is to create a square on top of the snowflake design. I'm going to unlock it, and I want my letters to be about 1 inch tall. So I'm going to go ahead and make that square 1 inch in height and put it right on top of my snowflake. So this is where your names are going to go, and you want to make sure you've got plenty of space right there for you to print out the names and stick them. And then I'm going to make sure that that little square that we've put on top of the snowflake is centered with the snowflake. So again, I'm going to center everything horizontally to make sure it's perfectly in the middle there, and then align it vertically with the snowflake to make sure it's perfectly in the center of that snowflake. So now you're going to actually create the cut shape. So what I'm going to do for this is select the square and the snowflake and hit slice. That's going to slice all the little pieces out of those shapes. So then I'm going to select the pieces that we no longer need and just delete those. The only pieces that we really need are the top and bottom of the snowflake. And then once I'm down to that, I do the same thing with the ornament shape and the snowflake shape, and then simply delete the parts that we don't need, which leaves us with this cut piece of ornament that looks exactly like what we want to actually cut on the Cricut. Now it's time to add our text, and for this I'm going to use my daughter's name, Lucy. I used one of my favorite fonts called Hanley. But you could use any type of font. Be sure if you're going to use a script font, do not forget to weld your letters together. Once you're finished editing your text, just hit that weld button on the bottom right to be sure that all of your letters print together and don't get cut into individual letter pieces. Another thing that's super important is that your text and your ornament shape are on different colors so that the Cricut is prompted to switch mats when cutting. So just make sure they're two different colors. Doesn't matter which color, just matters that they're different colors. You'll know what to do when you put your vinyl in. So let's go ahead and make this project. I'm going to hit make it. It's going to sort my mats into color like I was talking about. I'm going to go ahead and select on mat because the foil needs a mat. I've cut my foil into a long 4-inch-ish piece. My ornament shape is only about 3 inches, so I just needed to make it just bigger than that. And I am going to go ahead and prep my Cricut for creating it. Oh, I forgot to select my material. So you're gonna hit browse all materials. The party foil is all the way at the very bottom. So select party foil, hit done. It will make sure that the blade is in the proper setting. And then I'm inserting my party foil and the mat into the Cricut Joy and just hit go. This party foil is a really fun material because it's a little bit thicker. It's really fun to weed and cut. It cuts really cleanly, and so that just makes for a really fun, quick project, which I always appreciate. I don't know about you, but I don't love to spend my days weeding out vinyl, so projects like this are a lot of fun. But this party foil comes in a lot of different colors, and I believe that Cricut created it. You can make like custom confetti and party decorations and things like that. But for this project, I just really wanted to challenge myself to come up with another use for it. And if you're gonna go all glittery, why not do it during the holidays? So that's how this idea got started. So now that our ornament shape is cut, it's going to tell us to take out the party foil. And now I'm going to do our letters, and I can use the Cricut Joy Smart Vinyl for that. I love the Smart Vinyl, and I'm selecting the Shimmer Smart Vinyl here because you don't need a mat. So super easy, super simple. Literally just have to open my Joy and stick the vinyl in there, and I don't even cut it off the roll most of the time. So once that's ready, I'm just gonna hit go. It's gonna start cutting my letters out. This would be a great project to do if you're making a lot of ornaments at once, because you could do several on a mat. You could do several names at a time. I'm going to go ahead and start weeding out the foil as this is cutting. And now that the name is complete, I can finish weeding out the party foil right here. And then I will take out the vinyl letters that just got cut. So here's the foil finished. Looks pretty cool. I love that it's two-sided. It's perfect for an ornament like this. Then I'm going to unload the vinyl from the Cricut Joy and go ahead and weed out the letters for the name. I'm going to speed this up a bit. So just know if you're not going this fast, it's not natural anyway. But here I am weeding out the letters. They're kind of hard to see because it's so shiny and shimmery. And then I'm going to take my transfer tape, cut it down to size, stick it on the top, make sure it's on there really, really good, and then peel off the backing. There it is. Now we're ready to place. So the trick here for me is to kind of create a U shape so that the middle goes down first and it doesn't create any bubbles, and that way I can center it really well in the center of the ornament. That was the easiest thing for me to do, I found. So yeah, so you're gonna do that, place the letters on, make sure they're on really good, and then you can remove your transfer tape once the letters are adhered. And that is how you make your fun little foil piece for the center of your ornament. So once that is finished, you could actually also do the back, maybe with a year or something like that, which would be a lot of fun. Get your ornament and remove the top. You're going to just very gently roll it up into a roll, making sure that the tab is at the top. And go ahead and stick it down into your ornament. I like to just grab that tab to make sure it stays how it's supposed to stay. And then I just took a little Cricut tool to kind of flatten it out. And there we go. Really, really fun. It just stays in there naturally because the diameter is really close. And then it's time to fill it with whatever confetti you want. I just took a bunch of different ones from the craft store, and I'm also convinced that there's absolutely no way to do this without getting it all over your table. So fill it up as much as you want. I didn't do too much because I wanted to be able to still see the names. And I also thought it was a lot of fun for the little balls and pieces of confetti to go back and forth through the foil piece. So fill up your ornament with your confetti, and then you can put the top back on. And there we have it. Our ornament is finished pretty much. Really cute and fun. You could totally share these, give them as gifts. And then I just put my ribbon on the top. You can get as complicated as you would like with your ribbon. I just purchased this from the craft store and literally just put it through the hole in the top and tied a bow. This ribbon was more difficult to tie than I had anticipated, but it worked out just fine in the end. You could definitely use pre-made bows and use some wire to tie it on, or make your own bow separate without sticking it through the hole and then wire it on. That might also work even better. So however you like your bows, put one on the top and you are good to go. And here is our finished ornament. Pretty cute, right? I definitely recommend experimenting with different color combinations. I also made this same ornament with green and red glitter party foil, and that was a lot of fun. There's just so many fun color combinations you can do with this one, and you can go wild and crazy with the confetti. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Please check out my other tutorials and my blog, partofmeblog.com, and you can find me pretty much anywhere on social media at Lissa Anglin. Hope you guys have a great Christmas.